two books by Alex Robinson. Box Office Poison and Tricked, or the German version Ausgetrickst. Box Office Poison is republished right now in issue form and in colored form. These comics, the original ones here, were done in black and white. And it will take a long time until they finished it. When they will finish it, because this tome consists out of more than 600 pages. I like this VHS type of packaging. Should be in VHS tape, and this shows a lot because somehow it's a message in a bottle from a time that is not so long in the past, but when VHS tapes rule, when you measure the money you made in the CDs you can buy with the money. But for the most part, it's about things that won't change, I guess, as long as we humans roam the earth. It's very much about love and relationships, and especially on about this part of your life when you're finished college and have this time in your life where your life can develop in different directions. In New York, which makes it extra interesting for me. The drawings are looking a bit amateurish, of course, especially in the beginning, but you can see over the run of this book how Alex Robinson develops, how he improves his drawing skills. And pretty much from the start he knows how to tell a story with the panels, despite of some strange anatomy issues. Sometimes, of course, it's a cartoony style anyhow, but sometimes some hands look a bit strange and so on. And this new republished comic is not just recolored, I guess, but it's or colored, I guess. It's redrawn part-wise. But I don't know if I want that, because it's nice to see the first trials of Alex Robinson, who has improved pretty much since. And what he tries is amazing. It's a bit like a Scott McCloud sometimes, without the pressure to show everybody that I'm this big Scott McCloud. It deals with adult themes, pretty adult, and is pretty gorgeous, and the art will, like I said, grow on you with every page, I would say. Hey, and someone who depicts the intercourse of two main characters in this way has all my sympathies. I hope you can see it. He orgasms, obviously, and there's something, many things are going on at the same time in his brain. Isn't it fantastic? Of course, absolutely goofy, but fantastic. And some pages later, a long-term couple has intercourse as well, and there's there are some other emotions involved after the... Okay, it's after the act. So, however, it's a great cast of characters, but you never lose any one of them. It's sometimes a bit wordy, but you will like every word. It's a huge tale that develops before our eyes. We have sympathies with some characters, we don't like other characters, but that changes throughout the story because the characters show different sides of them. It's not there's and it goes organically. They're pretty human. They are not perfect in any sense, and sometimes they show us their better side, and sometimes their bad sides or their flaws, and sometimes they can cope with their lives, and sometimes they are not. And yeah, that's maybe, yeah, as I often say, the soap opera aspect of some storytelling, but I would say it's the other way around. It's positive. It's this is a comic that deals with real life, and it connects to the comic world through this guy here who had invented some kind of Batman-ish character, and he was sold cheaply by the industry, by Zoom Comics, and later on ended up like this poor old man who, in the beginning, you think, what a complete moron, but he will grow on you. And yeah, so I don't want to spoil here anything more. This book is really fantastic, and if you can get this top shelf 600-page trade, go for it. Maybe quote one of the part of the blurb on the back. A salute to comics, an exploration of the human condition, and a solid, absorbing, and riotously snide tale about at least half of the things that make life important. Or here, that's my favorite. The comic book equivalent of the world's best pineapple upside-down cake. Layer upon layer of rich, dramatic goodness. From Matthew Craig of Robert Fist. Tricked is somehow more of the same, and it borrows one character of Box Office Poison, but a totally different beast on its own at the same time. It's a story about this musician who has a creative blog over some years, and about the lady here he falls in love with, and about one guy, Nick, who was fired from his company but works now for this Russian mob kind of guy here, where he creates fake autographs for baseball cards and stuff like that. It's about Phoebe, who does a long bus trip to find her father. It's about Steve, a fan of the aforementioned musician who has some kind of problems with his psyche. He needs to. He is on medication. And that's this girl Caprice we know and love from Box Office Poison. So if you've read Box Office Poison and you want to know how her life continues, you have to read Tricked. And there are these two gay owners of the restaurant where Caprice works in, and Lily, that's the girl in which the musician falls in love with, and these are just the first 25 pages of this book here. All the chapters are numbered from 50 to 1. It goes out with a bang, like my mobile just did. So, I will leave you with that. Great book. Highly recommended, both of them. Very human, very nice comic. So, enough with the rambling, time to read some comics. Thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.